Hello. It's kind of dark actually. Bump up the eye. Welcoming. Thank you, Sacred Activations. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the loving support. I see Sister Willow doing her work. Many light workers activating. Many bodhisattvas inspired to serve and just help people. But of course, to develop yourself, it takes some time. Good training. Glad to see you live. Thank you. I do my best. Again, there's so much energy that you can use in a day. I'm doing my best to be even more disciplined so that I could be with you more. And the universe been telling me to get on more. And but not completely yet. It's like I got everything that I need. And now just inspire, get people to do their work. There's a lot of light workers ready, but they're not willing to take the leap of faith, but many are. So shout out to the practitioners willing to be leaders. Live streaming and starting community, not easy at all, but when you have a good teacher, when you have a good network, it's a lot easier. When you don't have a good teacher, you don't have a good network, you just do it for money, you naturally attract people who are greedy. Why? Because money's involved. That's why I stay away from that vibe. It's pretty human nature. Need that teacher, but I don't have a link in the bio. Common unity. Shout out to brother Yam, doing his part. I got more than just, I got a lot more. It's just, sometimes you need different things. Do you ever find yourself not wanting to stream? Well, I wouldn't say I don't, it's just I don't have the energy to. I always want to serve. Let me just be like, if I had infinite energy, of course, if you do it too much, you drain yourself. Right, you have to have balance. I love streaming, but I gotta love my damn self. I need to be active. I can't just be in front of the screen too much. Right, which is why when I'm in front of the screen, I'm not chilling. I'm not leaning on anything. I'm in meditative focus because the moment I decide to get comfortable, in the past, when my back was not disciplined, I would lay down for about 10-15 minutes and get back up and then continue to stream. That's my beginnings. Like, that's the first 2 years I stream. I just want you to know, please don't think TikTok cares. Bye. No, I'm aware, like, I'm so grateful, man. Welcoming the Blaze. I'm so grateful because TikTok was the last thing that I chose to get onto so far. And, but I learned so much from Twitch, YouTube, and all this. Because when it's not easy, you give it your all. And then I fit into TikTok. But I did not choose to get on until, I guess I didn't choose, the universe chooses. Yes, I'm on Twitch and TikTok Insight Timer. Insight Timer needs me to be to schedule it. You gotta schedule your stream 2 days in advance, which is very inconvenient because sometimes you can't have that just yet because I don't have a 9 to 5 that's consistent. And so live streaming is starting to be profitable, honestly. So because so many of y'all believe and support me, and so I'm still going to be doing Amazon, but everything's telling me, look, just give it your all to service. But it's not time to go like full all out just yet because I need to build my emergency fund a little bit more or a lot more. Let me get some hot water. Welcoming Mr. No Main. I said I work for TikTok, so we do. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, sassy mom. I think I miss you. I did not get that you were working for TikTok. Good, yeah. I try to be positive. Just do your part, Just do your part. Be a good person. Sometimes, today when we're doing sound healing at the park, some dude yell, "Jesus is king," and I'm like, word. And I would have, love your damn self. It's like I'm used to it because when I'm on TikTok, I'm used to people yelling Jesus at me. Whether, I'm not sure what intentions they are, but it's happening at the park today. This is my private account, so I'm scouting you. Thank you, Sister Sassima. Again, I do my best to be professional. This is why I don't curse on stream. I curse off stream occasionally because, that's who I am. But on here, because why my role models don't use that word in public. My master doesn't use it. But in private, it's different. Why? Because, it's more digestible, the Dharma, when you're not just throwing curse words. Now, in the past, I definitely used a lot of curse words live. Why? Because I didn't realize that it's quite limiting, and I don't need to. Now, in the past, I needed to because I wanted to see the difference, right? The difference and it's family friendly. Like, there's a lot of kids. Okay, thank you, Sassy Mom. Love your hacking. Damn isn't that bad. I mean, that. Look, when I was in the 7th grade, a teacher got. Oh, thank you, Sister Sasim. When I was in the 6th grade, I think, or 7th grade, my English teacher got mad at me because I said she got pissed off. And I'm like, we in a low-income Latino school, right? Saying pissed off? Maybe she was just looking out for me. You know what I mean? She was Vietnamese. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know pissed off was, Now I feel. I mean, here's the thing. Do your thing, boo. Like, if you curse on your stream, it's all good. But I used to say it, and I realized I can turn it on and off. Do you speak Hmong? No, I speak Thai. Thai. Today, lots of healing work, lots of, my life is busy in a good way. Like, I enjoy what it's worth being tired for. And sometimes it's very exhausting, but it's about helping people. And I get to play the flutes. And thank you for all the blessings. Today I was scrolling through TikTok Live recently, and then I went to Sister Willow's stream, and she was, she had a good vibe. She was playing crystal singing bowls, and she said I inspired her to get a new microphone or get a better microphone. And I was like, she got the fresh roses in the water, she got the candles, and I'm like, I love seeing brothers and sisters develop, take action, because I can't be the only one doing the authentic, genuine thing, not trying to just capitalize on people, I got really frustrated during the day, and I find watching your streams, it's just love. It's just love, It took everything for me to be here. My mother did not want me to do spiritual stuff. She just wanted me to be Buddhist. And I think that's why I decided to she didn't want me to be open. She wanted me to be Theravada Buddhism. We have others that... Well, thank you for the kind words. I'm going to be doing this until my last day. I'm going to be helping people no matter what. But of course, got to make sure I'm good. My inner circle is good. And the people that I'm around is good. And then I can be here. Because if my people not good and I'm trying to help others, I got to check on my people right? Your inner circle, if you can't tend to your inner circle, it's hard to really help others when your own inner circle within your family, which is really difficult because sometimes your family don't want to listen to you. Okay, oftentimes your mama, your father and mother don't want to listen to you. Because of course parents naturally think they know more than you. Okay, thank you, Sister Sassy Mom. I'm not sure what to ask anyways. It's just, I'm just learning as I go, and I just pay attention to everything. Welcoming Brother Huma, Quebec. I was watching yesterday's live. Welcoming Becca, Rachel. Thank you for the gifts. Claire, Natural, Linda. I do enjoy... You are... Oh, okay, thank you. Sure. I do enjoy scrolling through the different teachers on TikTok here because when it's a beautiful phenomenon, this thing called spiritual community online. It's like tarot practitioners and spiritual people having a place to land. It's a new thing online, because before you had to really find a YouTube algorithm, but live streaming spirituality is so magical because it's real. Because sometimes when you watch, thank you, Tam Tam, when you watch videos, you can't ask questions. But when you're live, it's like you can ask the question, and you see how that answer makes you feel. This is why it's so amazing to also be tricked and to be part of spiritual business. Get a mini reading, link in the bio. So there's a lot of link in the bio things, right? And so when you don't do link in the bio and you give people value, you stand out a lot. When you help people feel unconditional love without needing something from them, they're like, this is too good to be true. Welcome to the Mystic Village. "4444, I will tell you your future. Call me now for your free reading." Shout out to the original link in the bio, Miss Cleo. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's part of our ancestry. Miss Cleo, you know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta respect that. Not too much. The today's sound bath was, it was not easy because in the beginning we didn't have good boundaries and somebody was just playing the instrument, like tapping, and one of the practitioners, let's just say, didn't know how to have good boundaries because of the fear of confrontation and the fear of like approaching people. And so I had to do it. So this person was disrespecting the instrument and she didn't know it because she was not sober. And after it's fine that people are just playing from their heads, but when they do it for an extended amount of time, the beginning has to be clear, right? If we're doing a sound journey, we as practitioners need to be grounded. And if somebody is crossing our boundaries and our principles, we have to address it. So instead of somebody addressing it because it was the instrument they practice on, it wasn't addressed, so I had to step in, and she did not like it but understood the message. And so we started doing the sound healing 30 minutes ahead for us. Right? Please your mods not to block or mute a lot. It will get your account. So is it okay that people, some people are sharing a ton of times, right? Because it will get your. So is that what's happening? Is it okay that people abuse the share button? Because some people were. Okay, so they can just spam the share and follow button and not. I am trying to help. Okay, because I didn't know what the rules were, because some people said if you overshare or something like that, it Again, I'm learning how the system works. Thank you for the kind words. They block from sharing too many people. Spamming can get you filtered, not necessarily a mod. Okay, yeah, because there are some people who come to the stream and spam the share button. Okay, thank you, Tam Tam. And I heard that it, so the TikTok will take care of those people. I attended a Thai temple near me. Sometimes I'm okay. Shout out to the Thai temple. Yes, I've been on Twitch for about 4 or 5 years. Welcoming Betty Ann, Shiro. Yes, yeah. Have you got a funny memory when... I mean, I've been doing sound healing so long. But, I mean, funny memory? Sometimes people get pooped on by the birds. Because we sit under a tree, I mean, there's stories about breaking... somebody in the group broke 3 bowls because they slammed on the brakes and broke 3 crystal singing bowls. Which is painful. And so that is a huge lesson when you break 3 crystal singing bowls. It's so like, it's a sacred tool and but it's okay. Everybody has a lesson. You look so, yeah. I mean, I'm 36 years old. Let me see, let me see. Russ the Ryan says, I'm so sad, depressed, and anxious. And you can change if you don't like to feel. If you don't like your life, if you don't like how you feel, you can discipline yourself to reprogram yourself. But of course, it takes effort and self-belief. And being patient with you and slowly improving. Some people expect their life to change in a week. Hell no. It's just being real. Your life is always changing. That's the truth. But for it to clearly transform, unless you're like Animorph. Remember those books? Animorph. From a human, he turned into a cat. Okay, that's fantasy. And so that's why people would rather live in a fantasy world called virtual reality or video games, because their life isn't just gonna evolve because they put a new sunglasses on and they gain 3 intelligence, But lately the energy has been unstable. The collective energy has been unstable within. It looks peaceful, it looks calm, but many people are not present. And when we're not present for an extended amount of time, and then we mix in substance, and we mix in desire and lust, and we mix in hot summertime, and we mix in ego is putting up a fight. And so we have to use wisdom, keep ourselves grounded. I graduate high school next year. Hey, shout out to IDC. Congratulations that you made it to graduate. Oh, my wife's graduation got it stormed in Houston, Texas, and right on her graduation, so it's actually next Thursday. So thank you for paving that way. The truth is, I didn't pave the way. Our ancestors paved the way. The Buddha, Jesus paved the way. The mystics paved the way. We all do the best that we can. And thank you for being on the path too, because when you get on a spiritual path, you're stepping into a river that leads to fulfillment. And this fulfillment is something unimaginable. I didn't know it was possible for me to be happy. I didn't know it was possible for me to help people like this. But I didn't ask for it. I just say I want to help people, but I didn't know like it would be like, okay, let's be real. I asked to unite humanity, but I didn't know how it would look. I didn't know it would be like online. You know, I just saw people gathering at the park, completely filling the park, meditating with sound bath. And we have a bunch of sound healers all over the park. And so it's happening, you know, at this stage that we're at, we're doing great work. Trina says, let's see here. Betty Ann says, how do you describe when we see repeating numbers? Angel numbers, right? Coach Ree, shout out to Coach Ree. Angel numbers are there to inspire you to keep going. In the beginning, we need the angel numbers because it shows that we're paying attention to the universe. Right? Every day is going to be 5:55, 4:44, 3:33, but many people may not pay attention. But because we're looking for synchronicity, so our awareness towards the moment is deepened. Now, as you become more matured, every moment is an angelic moment. It's a divine moment because your life is holy. Your life is divine. So when you look at the clock, you can always say, the time is now. Welcoming Tyler. Yes, I did the same thing. 1-11-11. Oh. And then you would Google, right? Google the angel numbers. Because in the beginning, we need that type of relationship because it's fun. Angel numbers is a fun thing. Tarot cards can be a fun thing. But many people is there to make money from you, so it becomes more of a business. Yeah, your life is definitely holy because if you weren't alive, there wouldn't be no chance for you to even contemplate, think, or simply just be. The word being wouldn't even exist. Don't Google Pinterest. Pinterest. What do you think of rune stones? It's another tool. Tools work. Tarot cards work. It's about your intention. Remember the Matrix? The spoon. Even a spoon can inspire somebody to be on a spiritual path. The tea, the way people drink tea, like, ooh, I want to drink tea like that. Right? Every little thing that we do is a discipline if we turn it into a discipline. The way I'm speaking to the microphone is a discipline, because I can just be speaking like this and you see the energy changes, and if I'm speaking a lot faster it makes you more nervous. But when you speak low and you have the proximity effect and you speak clearly, you articulate clearly, and the words that you use are relaxing, it makes us feel. So it's that this is another art form. The art form of lighting the space, putting the blue, yellow, all these things is a discipline, feng shui. You can feng shui the space and you can feng shui your consciousness. Right? The way I'm sitting has form, has harmony. But it's about feeling. But that feeling is not somewhere in your head. It's about this harmonious thing called love. Can I meditate my way into the fourth dimension? In this moment, you're in infinite dimensions. But the ego wants different dimensions because it's looking for the metaphysical realm and the esoteric, because we like flashy, magical things. Right? Some people ask, what hertz are your singing bowls? Is it 432? It's not about, the hertz matter a lot less. It's about when you create that music. Is it from love or from your damn head? Now 432 hertz, it's a real thing. It does more, but here's the thing. It's good marketing too, because 432 hertz, they add $80 or $100 for a different tuning. Really. The heart chakra bowl has to be charged, and that charging the heart chakra bowl with Reiki costs money too. That's why I stay away from spiritual business people. It's more about business than love. Do you believe in Jesus? I love and respect Jesus. Do you think shifting realities is real? The only thing you can shift is your perception. Reality is the word that we use to try to describe. It's here. But on a spiritual level, infinite realities exist here, because nothing is permanent except change. So that means in every moment, everything's always shifting. We just have to pay attention to that shifting. But of course, we're not here to be like on alert. Oh God, everything's shifting. That's called don't do substance, people. So when you abuse plant medicines, you start being like that. That's the damn truth. I'm just here to be real with you. Is God real? It depends on what they mean by God. Is love real is a better question. I liked another person's content until I couldn't talk to him without subscribing. Because some people practice conditional love. Because that's what's being taught here on TikTok, and the Western way of spirituality has a lot to do with money, because we're in a system that relies heavily on money, and oftentimes it's missing love. And that's okay. We're just here to do the best that we can. Like if people want to like make your money, it's just I'm here to be an alternative. As you can see, many people. What do you think about the yin and yang? It's a real thing. I live my life heavily in the concept of yin and yang and learning how to understand the world with water, fire, hot and cold, up and down, left and right, in and out. But in the moment, all is one. The chi, the spirit, the prana, non-dual state. It's so non-dual that we don't even call it non-dual. We just call it and everyone has access to it. And that's the beautiful part. We have access to this thing called prana magic. We're all as one. I call it Shakti. Okay, shout out to Shakti. Many names for the same thing. But it can be very confusing because some people's God is Jesus and some people it's not limited to just Jesus. When you point to your mouth, are you referring? No, when I'm pointing to my mouth, I'm referring to the breath. Because when you breathe, you're never breathing in the past or the future. You're always breathing. But instead of me having to tell you now, I just point here and breathe. Okay? Unless you need me to narrate now. Then I'll start sounding like a fish without water. Which can be kind of weird. What's your opinion on the key of life or the Ankh? I didn't really study the Ankh, so I would have to pass on. Like I would just say I don't know. I mean, I was presented the Ankh. You know, it's very popular. But if you study too much, it's like looking at too many maps. This is what the master taught us. Some of us are practicing Christianity, like the Kabbalah, Ho'oponopono, shamanism, and you're doing too much, and so you get lost. But when you reduce that map to just 1, 2, or 3, you get a lot farther. This is what religion is about. Religion works like a map, and then you Yeah, combining too many recipes, exactly. And so when you limit things to just 3, you can study each map easier. When you have like 6, 7 maps, chakra system, the meridians. Now, unless you are a freaking genius, which is a few people, stick to a limited map because less is more. Which is why I study more. My foundation comes heavily from Buddhism, all types of Buddhism, Theravada, Mahayana, Vajrayana, and formless Buddhism, and then being deeply inspired by, like just Zen culture and like the law of attraction, and being open to Jesus because you're in America. Jesus has such an amazing influence in America. And I was closed-minded towards Jesus for a while, but I'm like, why don't I just surrender to being more open to Jesus Christ? And I study Jesus in a non-religious way, which is why I'm happy. When you become too religious, you put yourself in a box and you say, those people are not my people. Because they don't, like Jesus is not king for him, so that's not my people. Well, these people are not my people because Lord Buddha is not king for them. No, these people are not my people because Allah and His Holiness Muhammad is the only way. Do you see how immature that is? That's why I don't do all that. It's like sometimes we don't want to realize what we're doing is immature because our whole freaking community is doing it. And that's why I journey with open-minded people who are willing to ask deep questions. But not everyone is ready for the truth. Because the truth can be very painful. And because when we follow politics, we get captured by the ideology of any system. Any system. Left, right, up, down, any color. Like you can easily, like, my people is this, and everyone else don't understand. Who is your master? My master's Mahayana monk that I keep private, but recently he's been on YouTube, and I'm not sure if I have permission because he is very influential and he also helps people for free. And when you help people for free, so many people come to abuse and use the master because he doesn't charge money like the Western style of spirituality, needing money for every damn thing. He helps people for free. Heals cancer, leukemia, buys people houses, unite people who are separated overseas, and most of his following are Latinos, and he's a Buddhist monk. And that's all I'll say. Yeah. Think about that. And he's not converting them to Buddhism. He's just helping them where they're at and showing them life skills. Shiro says, is it okay to just chill in here for once in a while? Because I don't feel like going too deep. Look, brothers and sisters are asking the question. So when you say think about, are you trying to be negative? I'm not sure which part. I miss his name. Well, the thing is, I didn't tell him, I didn't say the name yet. And the locally, he's getting very popular already. And so every day, hundreds and hundreds of people come to see him. And so that's why I don't just tell everybody, because when you said Hispanic, no, nothing. There's nothing wrong with Hispanic people. We have all these labels for religion and cultures, yet they don't bring us together. I was raised around Latinos. Okay. My Spanish is very good. Oh no, the thing is, I wouldn't say Hispanics take advantage of him, because the master doesn't see it that way. But many do, because he's helping people for free. And so in Latino community, you have brujos and brujas. So when people have brujeria, who do they come to? Oh, the master can help clear anything. So they do come. But the issue is, when the master helps them, they never come back until they have another problem. This is called abuse. Imagine I help you, your life improves, and you never come back till you have another problem. And this was happening for many years, right? Because he's been helping Latino community. He's helping many people for over 10 years, especially, Latinos community. And so this is why I don't just say his name, because I don't want to, if he's ready to get that popular, God will let me know. But right now, he's already very popular. And that's why I don't want to say his name, because then, it would just drain. Like, he would just be drained. And honestly, there's a system in place. Like, to talk to the master, you gotta come at 10 p.m. anyway. So if you're willing to show up at 10 p.m. the day before, then you can consult with him at 5 a.m. So I'm just like, there's a system in place, because many people want to come use the master, and when the master helps them, they disappear until they have another problem. But what happened? The master still helps them anyways, even though they use him. And that's why I'm like this with y'all. That's why I'm being really honest with you and getting you to do the work. Okay? I mean, the master buys people's houses. The master buys people's, gives car to people. What kind of master is that? And that's why I'm so honored to be trained by him, because it's the opposite. Instead of looking for money, he gives you money. He gives you a car. And so this is why I'm so inspired, because in my, in the where I'm coming from, the teachers that I've had, they are fierce servants, And as much I would like to just tell y'all, when the sign comes, I'll tell you about him. I mean, I'm not. Celtics won. But of course, he trains everyone differently. He's aware Do you ever have card readings from other people for yourself? I don't need it. I have the master. For real, like the master would just tell me, like, I'll just be at the temple doing my thing. If the master needs to tell me something, he'll come directly and give me like it's more, he speaks to you like a Zen master, like a poetry. Makes you stand there like, you have to decipher it. You know what I'm saying? I'm helping you in such a like direct, clear, because that's my duty. So my relationship with, the master's relationship with people, he makes you use your mind and exercise your wisdom. And so I'm giving it to you directly, but I'm repeating it. But for him, he's a mystical teacher. And so people take his riddles seriously, because in that one riddle, he could be telling you 4 things at different stages, and your life improves, and you're like, And this is what, again, I'm so grateful, man. I'm so grateful. I just want to be humble. He teaches us to be humble. I'm not trying to hype him up too much. I know y'all always ask about him. And do you go to a temple to practice? Every month I go to the temple. Well, there's 2 temples that I go to, but I go to on Monday or Sunday, I just go to do some maintenance work because I serve on Monday fully. So I don't stream Monday because I'm at the temple from 6:30 a.m. to 7 p.m. Because why? So, right. When the master helps you, like I'm like this because the master trained me for 3 years heavily. I went to the temple every day. In the beginning, I went to the temple 5 days a week. And as I surrendered, I went to the temple every day, 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. 12 and a half hours, how do you serve? This thing is so powerful, brothers and sisters. When you leave with your heart, you can go even longer. But I don't do that every day. It's just Monday only to support serving brothers and sisters. And so after that 12 and a half hours, I come home, I shower, I hug my wife, and I jump on a live stream. Why? God, love, Buddha, ancestors. But I don't tell y'all, but y'all are asking, right? I don't tell you all of this because why? I'm happy. Right? I'm happy. Like when you're happy, you're not, I don't complain because it's an honor to be at the temple. I don't complain because it's an honor to be here with you. Right? I don't take it lightly at all. So when you see all these, the altar, when you see all these things, like this is something that I have practiced, but this is what, the mainstream don't need this. All we need is this. It's the same thing. This is just a different flavor. Okay? Gas plane. Gas plane. Like, the reason I don't talk a lot about Buddhism and the Buddha Mahayana, because deep down, when you learn it, you decipher a code that tells you it's all in here. The medicine Buddha, all healing is possible. The wisdom, right? Shakyamuni, Siddhartha the Buddha, the teachings that help us, the wisdom that help our life. That's it. Kuan Yin would love anything is possible. Om Mani Padme Hum. Keep having faith. Everything's going to be okay. Yes, some people want to read the sutras and analyze with their mind this and that happened, and they miss the whole this thing. And because there are people who study religion and stay in their head because they're attached to what they call the Buddha's finger, the instructions, but they never learn to just let go. We're training so hard that we don't learn to take the leap of faith. We're attached to doing the routine work. Because at any moment you decide, you know what? There has to be more than just meditating 3 times a day, 45 minutes each. There has to be more than just chanting the Chudaibi, the Heart Sutra. There has to be more. But are you willing to seek something beyond? Some people are too scared. No, the Buddha didn't say that. No, Jesus didn't say it. It's not in the Bible. If it's not in the Bible, it ain't true. Guru Tanet didn't say it. Right? So there's people like that, and I used to be like that. Eventually, you need to learn to connect to your own inner master. And so this is why when you have a good mentor, like this is why I make sure that you don't love me too much, because that means you ain't loving your damn self. The master makes sure I don't love him too much because he's making sure I love my damn self. How can you love the master more than your damn self? The real master's within. But before you can connect to the inner master, you have to have a teacher that you deeply respect, who you feel is on the path. And so I see my teacher, my master, as like my guidance. But then as you learn, the real master's within. But be careful. Sometimes you think your inner master is speaking, but it's your spiritual ego. And there's a lot of people doing that. You know why? They need it because it makes good money. Right? They're demeanor. And so this is why I study TikTok, because I see the different teachers where they're at. So I go and study it. I scroll through TikTok live. I read the teacher's energy, and I'm seeing what are they doing with their people. Some is good energy. Yeah. Can you elaborate on spiritual ego? Trying to sound spiritual and not really being yourself. But it's part of the journey. Trying to be spiritual is at least trying. Right? Because there's a time in my life where I try to dress spiritual. I try to talk spiritual. I try to read spiritual books. But I never learned to just simply pay attention. Just being aware is reading, because you're reading your damn life. Some of us are reading The Power of Now, the Bible, and all these things, but we're not even reading, connecting the dots in life. Because why? We're attached to reading books. We're attached to crystals. We're attached to more stuff. But we never learn to connect to the inner stuff. And that's okay too, because it's part of the journey. To do the wrong thing is part of the journey. To get lost in plant medicines was part of my journey. So there's a lot of things that I've done that there's a lot of lessons. I'm not like, there's so many lessons. It's just, what do people need right now? And as we sit and be with each other, intuitively, the universe use you to help people, but you have to learn to be available. If you have spiritual ego, you're going to say, it becomes more theater. It becomes ungrounded when you listen to people's voice and it feels like they need you to be there. It feels noisy. But of course, they're doing the best that they can. They're doing the best that they can. At least they're doing their part. But again, I'm here to be honest with you, because why? Somebody's got to be honest with you. Because sometimes we're beating around the bush, because around that bush, you can milk people for money. Right? If you never get them all the way, they become a piñata. Right? They use the word a gatekeeper or whatever. I don't like to use that term. It's more about the teacher didn't go all the way, so they can't take the student all the way. And so they just keep them at the same level because the teacher's at that same level, and they just slowly milk that person. And so there's a lot of manipulation going on because it's good business. And that's why the master won't train everybody. Because some people, they move their lips, but they don't take action. They read the cookbook, but they don't do the cooking. They talk about compassion, but they don't practice compassion. They recite the scripture, but they don't practice the scripture. They love Jesus, but they don't practice loving like Jesus. They love the Buddha, but they don't practice like the Buddha. Thank you for all the blessings. At the end of the day, I'm just another bald dude on here doing his part, and just grateful that you're here. I'm just like everyone else. That's the truth. I just decided to commit. What are your thoughts on Palestine? I choose not to have any thoughts on it because that's politics. Politics separates people because if you choose sides, the other side gets mad. And you choose the other side gets mad. I just choose love. But if you want politics, there's political live streams going on. You're welcome to join that. I wish it was recorded. Every stream is recorded onto YouTube. No, you're not. Everybody's very special, okay? Healing Sounds of Mystic Village. I think it's in the link. Link in the bio. I think so. Healing Sounds of Mystic Village. Now because this is not my first rodeo. In the beginning, like I got involved with, I got into it talking about the jab. Okay, you know the jab. Jab number 19, and that's when I knew. What did I learn from that? Politics separates people. Yes, this is Palo Santo. It burns clean. It's not too smoky, and that's why I don't burn sage. And I like the smell. Yeah. And that's why I do my best to stay away from things that divide people but before recognizing that, I made that mistake. So when something happens, learn from it, because it prepared me to be here with you, to not get involved in divisive talk, but to get involved with talk of love and unity, and respect people for our differences. Even though people want you to speak for them, they can also start a TikTok page and do their part. But why is what you're doing not growing? That's up to you to recognize. There's a lot of people talking about Jesus, but many people don't hang out on there. There's a lot of spiritual panels and people talking, but many people don't rally to listen. Why? Because what you're doing doesn't speak to their heart. But when you do something that speaks to people's heart, they're not there because for a mental reason. They're there because they feel love. They're there because they feel connected, right? They're there because they feel someone actually cares, and it's not a bunch of talking heads just talking about their spiritual philosophy. Of course, it's not easy because you can't make everyone happy. Healing, at the end of the day, there's nothing wrong with you. You've always been whole the whole time, but when you're not whole is when you perceive non-wholeness, lack, incompleteness. But in the moment, but of course we also have mental perceptions. But as you meditate, you're healing yourself if you're meditating and being present. There's a lot of people who say they meditate, they're in their damn head making a lot of fantasy about angels. And they do that as an escapism tool. It's a visualization that we use to escape how we feel. So they think they're meditating. You're just making up visuals and angels because you don't want to see how you actually feel. There's a lot of people who do that. And I used to also. Why? Because angels are dope. But if you want to find the real angel, look in the damn mirror. That's the truth, brothers and sisters. Now, why aren't people talking like this on? That's what bugs me. Where's the, you know what I mean? Everybody's just trying to make money from y'all. Everybody, right? All right, now pass around the tithing basket. Like, damn, he be knowing the details. There's a difference between politics and humanitarian. The thing is that it's a really thin line between what people call politics and being a humanitarian. Some people think they're being a humanitarian, but they've been captured by a political side and they don't want to see that. And that's why people who scream for peace aren't actually creating peace. They're creating division, thinking that they're standing up for peace to the world, peace to... Are y'all embodying peace? But But when we do the peaceful work, the energy of the planet change. But they don't want you to figure that out. But this is why we stay low key. Who's they? Doubt, fear, and worries. Missy Nixta says, Mystic, I have a question. Firstly, I love to say, I love what you do. I love the saying, just love your damn self, because sometimes we don't tell ourselves enough. But I have a question. What do you do if you ever find yourself not loving your damn self? Okay, so if I catch myself being in my head, I just observe myself. I slow down. Okay, so if I'm aware that right now I'm not feeling my heart center, or I feel out of alignment, I take more time to be with myself and contemplate about my feelings. I face the disharmony right away. If you feel disharmony and you don't face it, when the hell are you gonna face your because when you face the disharmony and you don't try to harmonize, you just observe it. Naturally, the solution comes. This is why it's so beautiful. When you don't try to fix your life and you have faith, solutions come to you because you have faith. Your mind is clear, right? Your mind may be chaotic because there's disharmony, but you still remember your discipline. So even on the difficult days, now on a difficult day, I might not stream. I might delay getting on stream. Why? I'm busy loving my damn self, people. I'm practicing what I'm teaching you. That's why there's some days I know if I don't have good energy, why would I bring it on here for y'all? But some people, when they have bad energy, they still get on and make $111.11 from y'all. And that's sad. So this is why I'm very peculiar to who I listen to and how they operate. Because if you're listening to people who don't practice what they preach and are just there to market themselves so that you can get a private one-on-one session for $111, how many people are already doing that? So many. Because it's good money. It's really good money. There's a lot of sad people capitalize on that, bro. I just draw some cards. Tell them, right? Give them general advice, what they want to hear. Right? You gotta let go of control. You're trying so hard. Just let yourself be happy. $55.55. What? You're asking too much. It's yes or no question only, okay? Free. This is a one free card reading and yes or no question only. If you want more deeper question, you're gonna have to book a reading with me, okay? Are you dissing? I'm being honest about card readers using humor. Thank you for all the blessings, by the way. And some people won't like it, but guess what? There's other streams. Unless you want me to just not be me. That's why there's many spiritual communities to go to when you start speaking the truth. Dang, you're messing. I'm aware I'm messing up people's money. I'm aware. But they're also manipulating you. Because when you actually deeply heal yourself, you become the leader. I'm not here to keep you as followers. I'm here to, how can we lead each other? Right? How can we all like help each other so that we can lead? Right? We all love angels, but let's fly with the archangels. Right? It's like helping people, that's a great thing, but helping people unconditionally. You got Archangel Michael looking at you like, ooh. Ooh. Right. You got the mystic spirits like, ooh, somebody not charging money. Wow. Somebody on TikTok just helping people unconditionally with the best that they know. Wow. Let's bless them with a new gift. Show them how to use the third eye in a deeper way. Show them deeper meditative discipline. Connect them with more light workers who are pure. But this is the kind of blessing many people don't realize is a blessing. So I'm being sassy because it filters a lot of people who are criticizing. But I don't do it by show. It just kind of comes out. And so whenever I'm doing the sass, it's like, oh, he's criticizing the people who charge money. Let me just leave quickly. So when we do that, we're filtering out a lot of people who are like, oh, he's judging. And the rest people are like, oh, I get that. I understand. There's actually a lot of people charging $11.11 for a meeting reading when it could just be free. I got mouths to feed. Okay, practice your conditional love, boo. I'm not telling you, like, practicing unconditional love is difficult when we're attached to the human expectation, experience, societal programming, the monetary programming of how, right? And so all these limitations, like, I can't just help people with unconditional love. There's got to be energy exchange. There's got to be some conditions. Instead of, I can't just like unconditionally help people like Jesus and Buddha. I'm like, or can you? Or can you? There he goes again. He's making too much sense. Jarina says, I believe unconditional love is the ultimate lesson we're here to learn. But it's so hard to teach people who are attached to not, like, it's difficult because we have, like, well, I have children, I gotta feed them. And the way I'm doing it is card reading. And so that's the best that they can. And so should I just, like, not talk up the truth that if you help people unconditionally, you get a lot more than just money? This is why you see me singing, throat chanting, singing in an angelic vibe, playing the flute, playing the drum, using the looper, playing the handpan, harmonizing the speech, doing card readings, right? There's so much. Why? Because when you help people, the universe bless you with so many gifts. But some of y'all just want to use card reading only. That's why their cards are almost torn, are torn because they abuse that technique. Right? I'm not just using this. I'm live streaming. You see, the quality speaking. There's so many techniques, and you become a complete package. Versus all you do and you're known for is the damn cards. Because why? You become attached to it. Why? It makes money for you and you forgot God. Painful truth. Are you doing readings? I was, but then I realized my energy, Sunday I use a lot of energy. And so the way I love myself is I pay attention. Do I have energy? Because whenever I'm doing card reading, I'm not telling you surface level stuff. So it requires a lot of energy to go deep. Because I can't just surface level give you a reading. Ew. It's like just throw a question out there, I'll read a card. Ew. When I see people doing like, does Maria have feelings for me still, even though we don't talk for 1 year? And then I'll draw a card. It's marketing. Do you ever get burnt out from serving if I'm not disciplined? I don't like it because it's just marketing, it's business. How did you come up with the name Guru to Net Welcoming Brother Ryan? Right, so if I'm not disciplined, then I learn the hard lesson. If I'm disciplined, I let go instantly. Because some people throw an axe at you and you catch it. Instead, let it go through you. But sometimes that's your karma. And that karma is called your lesson. Remember, I got sick because why? I decided to catch some axes on the stream. But I was willing to because it's a prerequisite to being on here. Because God and the universe, it's not going to be easy on TikTok. Are you willing to give it your all? And even though after being sick, the first stream after being sick, 1,000 followers. And I was like, right after I got sick and I decided, could you talk? For sure. Right, and so as you decide to keep going, the universe sees, you about that life? Your wife's car broke down. Well, my wife's car still can't pass inspection, but anyways. But we gonna make it. It's just the details, man. Meditating and some of the advice you gave me. Dalbert says meditating and some of the advice you gave me helped me to overcome very difficult moments in my work. I was able to overcome feeling insecure and just do it. Hey, shout out to Dalbert Guzman. There's only a Guzman, okay? D. Albert Guz. So I'm in the process of trying to Just wait 6 months and won't have to worry about inspection. Well, sometimes when you have a check engine light, it drains more gas. So the reason I chose the name Guru Tanet, because the word guru in the mainstream consciousness comes off as a spiritual teacher. So instead of saying spiritual teacher Tanet, Guru Tanet, something ring about it, and that's why I just stuck to it. And of course, I'm not religious, but I practice spirituality, and it's a way to communicate to people that is a spiritual teacher. Wait, whose birthday? Whose birthday? Reina's birthday? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Reina. Happy birthday to you. We got another birthday, okay? Wait. Sassy moms. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Sassy mom. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Sassy mom. She wanted a mantra. Happy birthday to you, Sassy mom. Happy birthday to you, Sassy mom. Oh, were you looking for a traditional mantra, or are you looking for a modern mantra? You're looking for like om tare tu tare, or are you saying like, I'm adjustable, you know what I'm saying? Tare tu tare, turi soha. Tare tu tare. The end. I've been streaming for too long, that's why. You gotta bust out. You know? That move called the crouching tiger hidden singing bowl. See, like, out of nowhere you just... That's how you get him. It's just love, you know. Whatever comes out, it comes out. As you can see, it just kind of come out. Like, people call it ADHD, but when you learn to tame it and add this thing called love, that's why out of nowhere, boom, bam, pow, jokes, incense, tea, card reading, wah. When did you shave your head? Yesterday? You mean before I shaved off my dreadlocks? It's been a while. So before I got bald again, I had dreads for a while, I think. Comedy. Are you for real? I've had dreadlocks twice in my life. Y'all really want to see it? I don't have my phone in this room. Okay, hold on. I got the pad here. They don't believe. Okay. Luckily, we have the internet. It records everything anyway. There's no... Okay, I gotta log onto Facebook on here now. I'm not even logged into Facebook on here, because I just use this for the handpan. Hey, don't try to look at it, okay? I gotta go get my phone now because it's that two-way authentication. You know what? Let me just do it the getaway. Let me just Google my name. Maybe I'll pop up somewhere. I guess, see, we should be talking about, like, we should be doing the work right now, but I guess they need the proof. Okay, give me a second. Let me just go get my phone since y'all really want to see it. Dang, they're willing to wait to see the photo too, man. I will just vouch for you and say it's true. See? Hold on. Gotta go. How far back do I gotta go? Because I don't really take a lot of selfies because it's like, who cares, I guess. Let's see here. It's like more community photos. Okay. Let's see here. Like, that's my like hippie face. That's the first time I had it, and I didn't have a lot of photos of the second time when Oh, here's another more of it. So eventually, oh, here's another. Here's another one. Yeah. So eventually I lose when it's time, when everything's going good, then I will focus more on that again, developing my body again. It's just takes a lot of time to develop yourself inside out, because sometimes you have the out, but the inside is disconnected. And of course I have good photos, because why? I'm a photographer, so I got my girlfriend at that time to take photos. And of course I was a monk for like 4 yeah. So I was in Thailand. Here's my dad giving me alms. I enjoyed the monk life is too, like, I want to be more useful than just being in Buddhism. That's why. I love the monk life, but it's too easy. It's too easy as in, like, it's like in a box. I like the strict, I like the discipline, but it's harder to help people who need help. You know what I'm saying? People who come to the temple, they're coming with an open heart. But people coming to TikTok is like, and being effective on here, it's difficult. Why? Because money. So, and so when I first started live streaming on Twitch, okay? So everything is pretty recorded, like, heavily. And this is when I started training. This is the first time I was more bald. I started training with a master, so I started wearing more Buddhist. Like, I was pretty. I resist. I didn't go back to Buddhism until the master. Like, I didn't stick to Buddhism. Are you Thai speaking with Buddhism? Oh, what do you mean? So this is the beginning of, if you were outdoor and you saw the outdoor meditation, this is the beginning right here. So every time we get together now, it's a lot more people. But before, it's the same tree, right? Oh, thank you for the blessings, Stacy. Appreciate that. Of course, I didn't know it would be. See, I was trying to get people to come out to meditate with me silent, but no, people don't want that. And so it's like, okay, I guess people need singing bowls. Right, 1 hour silent meditation with some random dude who's spiritual. Like, I just stay home. And so eventually it became more singing bowl and outdoor. And but I just want to be honest that people have been so supportive. I'm just so grateful because so many people believed in what I, believe in whatever the heck I was doing. And that's why I'm so passionate, because it's not just I'm here because so many people believed, because I believe, and so many people like keep going, even though my parents didn't like it that I was doing spiritual stuff, they still supported. So shout out to my parents who like, I just want you to make money, and I'm trying to help the world. And they're like, well, if he ain't going to, you know what I mean? Like, shoot, we can't get him to get a regular job. But he always, in the beginning, my mother always complained about how many instruments there is in the house, okay? Because there's just so many, like, right? They didn't understand. It's a mobile temple, right? What we have going on with the Mystic Village, we could go to any city and do the work. It's a mobile temple. And it's hard to explain that it's a mobile temple that we bring out. And then eventually Sister Emily came along, Brother Sean came, and then Brother Charles. And so it's been years of devotion. And even up to this point, it's been many years of devotion. And again, I'm showing you the details because, like, what? I'm not trying. You shouldn't talk about yourself too much, But because I never really show you, like, this is the first vision of the Mystic Village here. We're at a spiritual event, okay? We it's a camping event, and it's the first time we got together and called it the Mystic Village. Do you have silent retreat? A silent retreat is what I prefer. It does exist already with the Vipassana Center. And more dreadlocks, sloppy locks. I used to pour tea on the live stream. It's called the Mystic Village because it sounds dope. Like when you hear like, ooh, it's a village with mystical beings and people, like, right? Because at that time, that's where I was at, like, ooh, mystics shrouding in their huts doing magic. Ooh. That's it. It just sounded dope. Mystic Village. Like, I'm trying to be part of the Mystic Village. I never knew it would end up like this, who knows? I think that's enough. So now you know. Asian dude with the lock. And by the way, I did the locks myself. Because why? God told me to. And the whole time my mother, you look like a homeless, cut your hair. For 1 whole year, I felt so insecure about my locks. And yes, I'm aware it may look like a homeless to some people, but it was the happy homeless looking me. And I decided I'm not gonna listen to the world's criticism. I'm gonna love myself the way my hair is. And so it's hard to explain to your mother why all of a sudden your hair is always messy when you've been such an obedient child. But then my life was unhappy. That's why I decided, the reason why I grew locks is because Mystic Bob Marley and Michael Beckwith. So I had 2 teachers, both had locks. I'm like, well, why not me? And so I just sat there in massage therapy class. Initially, I paid somebody $400 or $300, but she didn't teach me how to take care of it. So I took a shower and it all just, and I was like, that was $300. So I decided, well, I'm not gonna pay again because, that's a lot of money. But the next time I do have locks, I will pay somebody too. Is it usually that expensive though? When you have Asian hair, it's different. Because it doesn't stick very well. So you need 2 people or else it takes so long. So that's why, texture of the hair and then having 2 people reduces the time. Yeah, it's the oils in the hair. Like I have so I have a lot of hair products to deal. And you can also make the locks too tight, which is one of my issues. And so when you make the locks too tight, you have this thing called your hair follicles become inflamed. So my hair follicles were so inflamed. So when I shaved it, I saw how inflamed it was. And so to me, it was more of meditation. I was willing to look like homeless folliculitis, I was willing to look like homeless for God. I was willing to keep going even though my mother, every freaking day, you look like a homeless, cut your hair. My dad told me, you look like a homeless, cut your hair. My sister told me, you look like I look like a homeless for God. Because at that time, you have to learn at that time I was developing my faith in myself. And I didn't really care about, I didn't care what people said. No standard, And so there's a time where you practice outside of societal norm. Right now, I enter societal norm. They just, Bald is like, okay. But anyways, I was not planning. How long am I going to be sick if I ground? How long am I going to be sick? you're asking a question about your sickness. It's ask a question about healing and wholeness. You want to look at healing and wholeness, not sickness, if you want healing and wholeness, okay? As long as you need to be, you have to see that you're not sick. Your mind may be sick. Your heart may be sick, but your true nature is pure. But sometimes your body is sick really bad and you want to just lose faith. Love in, fear out. And also eat healthy, take your vitamin C, drink water. You know what I'm saying? We can't just use visualizations only. We can't just pray only. You gotta eat healthy too. Take your vitamins and do the things that restore your health. Now, if you're hardcore and you wanna just do the prayer way only, Buddha, God, Jesus bless you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here to be real with y'all. Some people want to do it the full. You have the free will to. You do what you want. Link in the bio. What do you think about law of attraction teachers? I only studied Abraham Hicks and I went to one of her, Esther Hicks' seminar. And I could say that at that stage of my life, I was more attached to the teacher than practicing the teachings. I became more of a Esther Hicks fanatic and law of attraction fanatic. I wanted things, but I didn't really know what I needed. Do you know of Muji? Of course. Muji Baba. My friends tell me about, my friend sister Autumn tell me about Muji. So when you have a lot of spiritual friends, they tell you so many things. So a lot of it feels really cult-ish, right? You're in on this law of attraction cult, and you feel like you're part of something great. But to actually visit her, to be around Esther Hicks, that's $300. You want to go on a cruise? That takes money. You want knowledge? Buy the book. It's like so much, and everything costs money. And I realize I'm more addicted to the way the teacher was speaking. Are you going to sleep late and wake up? Yeah, I'm gonna go soon. Good night, brother, right? So this is why I'm really honest to y'all about the process, because I don't want you to love me too much and your life's still the damn same. This is why I'm really blunt and honest with you, not here to beat around the bush to create some cult where we just yell out, love your damn self. We got a lot of people doing that already. And so I completely disconnected with Esther Hicks and that Abraham Hicks, because I realized I didn't learn anything other than I liked the way she spoke. And it became very like I was addicted to the author, but not the wisdom. Because why? That's just what was happening with my experience with Abraham Hicks. You're in my... Whoa. Your real altar is your heart. And again, I'm just here to represent authenticity and love because it's what I needed, and it just takes so long to find teachers who were genuine and authentic, and that's why I remain this way when I'm with you, and I'm grateful for many good teachers on TikTok. They may be few, but they're there, and there's some fake monks on here I keep an eye on. Some of them have 1 million followers, but nobody likes their video. There's a monk on here with 1 million followers, but when I look at their video, there's like 20 likes. It confuses me. I think it's bots. And so I whenever I see fake monks, it alerts me because I come from the foundation of Buddhism. And so this is where, again, it's another thing to manipulate you, and it's easy to manipulate good people because many good people just assume just because we dress spiritual. So this is where how do you know they're fake? I don't really want to talk about it because as long as they're not harming people, it's all that matters. As long as they're not manipulating people and manipulating them for money, right? It's like you can identify, like I can label myself Guru Tanet, and completely just are here for your money. But in the Buddhist culture, when you see a fake monk, you don't say anything. But I'm letting you know only because that monk's on TikTok. and also I YouTube. There's a YouTube video of that monk, and the psychologist coming out saying that he's clinically delusional. And he wasn't actually ordained by the temple because the dude called that temple, and the head monk said he wasn't ordained by that monk. And then when I look at his videos, he has 1 million followers, but nobody likes or comments on his videos. But I just observe because I'm looking at, okay, when you do the wrong thing, what does that look like? Right? Because when people do wrong, they are a great teaching. And so but I'm not here to get in, like, I'm not here to get into drama. It's just more like the truth. I like the truth. I want to know the truth. Because the more honest people we have around, the more we learn to have good discernment to see, is this person trying to manipulate me because they want my money? Is this person giving me a googly eye because they want my booty? Is this person sweet talking to me because they're trying to use me? Right? And so this is why we have to share, like I'm sharing with you these insights so that you can make that discernment yourself, also known as making a judgment. But is it true, that judgment? And so you see the details in people. Right? So this is why I'm trying to show you the details. What am I looking at? Okay, Buddha Bear, thank you. It doesn't matter if he was, because his wisdom deserves. And that's why it's not harmful. It's just more, it's like, imagine that to become a monk, there's, in certain systems, there is, like, to become a monk, you traditionally have to memorize a long like sutra, right? Wait, what? And you had to take it seriously. But some people, they use the robe. And so if I'm wearing a robe and I'm speaking what I'm speaking, right, that presence may be like in the Western world, the way people see monks is different than the people who come from Buddhist communities. And that's where I'm coming from, because I was raised in Buddhist communities. So it's I just keep an eye on them, that's all. As long as they're, But here's the main issue is you can say wisdomful things but don't practice it. You can talk so much philosophy about Jesus and don't practice Jesus' teaching. You can wear the robe and speak eloquently the Buddha's teaching, but inside you don't practice. This is where I'm trying to But of course, if you're in the beginning, it's inspirational to just hear the Buddha's teaching. But if you learn from somebody who is manipulating you, you become a manipulator without realizing it. So we start talking sweet, poetic, spiritual knowledge. Because why? Ram, welcoming you, Om Mani Padme Hum, welcoming Nancy Schmidt to the Mystic Village. We all suffer. So we start to speak pretty. Because why? Isn't the Honorable Dalai Lama like to kiss boy? The thing is, in each culture, I'm not, that move was more of a political move. Because why? Who do you think put that out? The people who want to destroy you. Right? Because if the Dalai Lama is a bad person, he would do bad things. Right? But sometimes the way people get framed, because we just see one perspective. Why? They've been trying to, people have, when you do the right thing, when you're good people, you create enemies. Like when I start speaking about no card reading or, helping people unconditionally, there's people who, like when I'm speaking that, there's a lot of people who are messing up with their business, right? Beware of scammers, right? So when you do good work, sometimes they want to frame, because we don't know their culture. We don't know what really happened, but we see what the phone and the news station tell us we need to see. The Dalai Lama did what? And so this is called politics. And that's why I stay away from politics. That's why somebody asked about Palestine. I stay away from that. Why? It separates us. Oh, you don't identify with this, so I can't hang out with you now. And so we now, instead of being with genuine people, politics, right? And so instead of good people being together, it's dividing people. Because some people, their life is just digital, right? We don't really know what's going on. This just tells us how to think, how to feel, when to wake up, when to sleep. We don't learn to operate from this. Because when we start doing this, we say no to war. Do you think they want to? Do you think they want no war? We all know what the military-industrial complex, right? Just saying that is like, ooh. I almost don't want to say that word, but that's the damn truth. I'm just letting you know I'm aware. I have friends who make sure I'm aware. I have friends in different positions, different political ideology and views, and they tell me what's going on. in this realm, in the financial realm. Some are traders. Some they're collaborating with, So God puts you in a position where you have people who shares you knowledge, there's friends who's dealing with billions of dollars, friends who's dealing with millions, friends who's dealing with everyday people, friends who's Catholic, friends who's non-denominational, friends who are Islamic. Because why? The universe wants to teach you because you're open. But the moment you close, I'm just in a box now. Because you're real friends, even if you get angry at each other, you'll find a way to love each other if you're meant to be with each other. That's the best thing. And the master taught us that. When somebody love you, no matter what, they're gonna love you. Even if y'all disagree deeply about politics, you'll find a way to love each other because love unites. And that's why I respect, hey, if you have the free will to believe in what you want. But are you happy with who you are? Some of us are more invested in politics when we're not even happy. We don't even talk to our mothers. We don't even know what to do with life. Politics first. And that's why we're so passionate about some things, because our life isn't that interesting, so we need something to fight for. And so the phone says, fight for this cause. Fight for that cause. But when you turn the phone off and you see the reflection of yourself, you rather not think about yourself, so you light the Jamaican herb and then you watch more politics. And so this is why I do my best to keep things here clear, grounded, loving, unconditional love. Not here for your money, not here to divide, but do my best to unite. Do my best to connect with you, to respect you, even though people may not respect me. Even though some people come in here to yell Jesus Christ is King. Shout out to Jesus Christ. Shout out to the Buddha, Because that's what Jesus would want us to do, respect each other. That's what the Buddha would want us to do. That's what our ancestors would want us to do. Respect each other. Come to a compromise. Have compassion for each other. Because we both want the same thing. Oh, my cat's waiting at the window. Anyways, I think this is a good time for me to end the stream. So thank you for your time. Thank you for all the blessings. Let me say some thank you. Thank you, James. Seashell. Okay, Natalia, Natural Cutie. And happy birthday to whoever's birthday was today. Do we need another one? Natalia Amparo Ayala, thank you for the blessing. Ashton Mango, Pamela Rose, Simba, Johnny Starseed. I know some of the questions I may have missed. So whenever I get on here, just ask. So, Sassy Mom, thank you for your guidance and your view. Make sure that all the moderators, she said, make sure all the moderators don't mute too many people in here or block people, because it's not, the channel could get banned or whatever. Thank you, Princess Gemini J. Join the circle. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your blessings. Kalesi, Trina, Rebel, Jelani, Jazz, Jasmine, Omarion. Thank you, BB, for the blessings. Rebel YTM Etho. Thank you, Shiro. Thank you for all of the subs and the for believing in what I'm doing. And this is why I believe in what you're doing too. So I hope you have a good night. And I'll see you when I see you. Okay? The end.